part about this situation is Lil Duval didn't even technically say what they accused him of. I mean, I don't have a direct quote, and I'm gonna put the link to the video down in the description. But basically, what he was saying is, if he finds himself in a situation where he's been tricked by a transsexual, say he would want to kill them. In the beginning, he did technically say he was like, "Oh, I would kill a transgender person," but then he later corrected himself. Then Charlemagne the God even told him, "You cannot say this on our show. That's a hate crime. You can't kill anyone." He corrected himself multiple times. He said, "I don't hate transgender people. I'm just saying, if somebody did that to me, that's how it would feel." Where was the problem with that? I don't understand the heat he's catching. Second of all, why is Charlemagne the God taking heat for any of this? Just because it was his show or a show that he co-host or anything like that? He did not laugh at anything he said. So for all those protesters to say, "Oh, transgender people are not a joke, he hates us and all that," he didn't say shit like that. He wasn't even want to open his mouth on that. And if you think about what Lil Duval said, how is it really that threatening? What heterosexual man do you know, like, "Oh, well, accidentally slept with a dude, it's all good"? I mean, people say, "Oh, I would kill this person. Oh, I would do this all the time." If you're a parent or something, talking to your kids, "Hey, I could kill you right now," or just anything like, "Man, I wish I could kill." Nobody literally means that. He did not say at any point, "Hey, I am going to go out and I am going to literally murder transgender people." I don't see why people are hurt about that. People are more hurt at the fact that he would be dissatisfied in a situation like that than more mad at the fact that a transgender male or female, I don't really know, I don't give a fuck, I'm not gonna argue on the semantics or anything like that, but people are more worried about that than the fact that a person will be willing to trick somebody using their identity to sleep with them. I feel like that should call for some type of punishment or something like that. You should get jail time. It's the same if you sleep with, or Usher's going through, he's being sued right now literally because he gave people herpes. You should have to be held accountable for something like that. That's basically rape. If you trick someone on the pretenses, "Oh, I'm a woman," even if you're a guy transitioning into a woman and you sleep with somebody, you like, "Oh, ha ha ha, I lied to you." That's technically rape because they did not go into that situation thinking, "Hey, this is who I think this is." I don't see why people aren't more outraged at that, but this is the thing. I feel like it's brainwashing, honestly. Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really the most PC person. Like, I speak my mind. I can understand homosexuality. Personally, am I gay? No. I don't have a problem with gay people. I don't see how a man could like another man, but that's another person's business. I'm not gonna attack any homosexual people. But the thing about transgenderism is, how can you know what it's like to be something that you've never been? And that's the really confusing part about that. I'm an 18-year-old African American male from the south side of Chicago. How can I know what it's like to be, I don't know, a 32-year-old white woman from, I don't know, LA or someone named Becky or something like that? How can I want to be something that I've never known? If you want to be something that you're not, that you have no way of being capable of being, to me, that's a mental problem. But the problem about that type of thinking is, even though it should be common sense, how can you want to be an elephant? You're a human being. You see what I'm saying? To be that insecure in what you were born with, that's a problem. Because how can you, I don't see, it just gets more confusing the more you think about it. But the thing is, of course, that sounds mean or, disrespectful if you say, "Hey, you're fucked up in the head." Now, if a person wants to, "Hey, I'm gonna mutilate my genitals, I'm gonna add this to myself, I'm gonna do this," that's all well and good. If you have the money for it, that's cool. But what you're not gonna do is try to trick people into going along with that. That's the thing. If you're a transgender woman, a man that transitions to a woman, you don't have a fucking uterus, you cannot have periods, you're not gonna go through menopause. Inside, you are still a man. You're a woman trying to become a man. You're not gonna have a fucking prostate. Your DNA still says that you're a woman biologically. You cannot change anything like that. If you want to tell yourself that's what you are, that's fine. Should people like that be attacked? Should they be brutalized? Should they be spoken down on? No. I mean, if that's what you want to do, fine, but don't try to force your will and your logic on other people, because when you really think about it, it makes no sense. But the thing about society is they want us to, oh, well, that's a real woman. You're being ignorant. It's like, no. That's the problem. People try to force you to think a certain way, when really it's just fucking common sense. How can you be a man? How can you be a man trying to become a woman if your fucking DNA still says you're a man? And for you to come up to another man and try to trick them and say, hey, I'm a woman, I don't give a fuck what you look like, that's fucked up. You can't make excuses for things like that. I don't really get how people can say, oh, well, Lil Duval said this. What person do you know if you walk up to him like, hey, if you accidentally sleep with this person, you're not gonna get mad? First of all, when you do something like that, you're fucking with a person's ego, especially a guy. Like nobody wants to be caught in a situation like that. Like with Bobby Valentino. Me personally, I feel like there's no way in hell like you didn't know that was it looked like a dude. I'm sorry. I mean, maybe he really fucked up. Maybe he just didn't know any better. But coming from a R&B singer at his age, like, come on now, he had women probably being thrown at him for years. You telling me you don't know the difference between a woman and a transsexual? And it's not one of those ones like, okay, I can see how you feel for that. Like, if you look at the woman, or okay, I'm sorry, whatever you want to call it, I don't give a fuck. You look at dude, I mean, you can clearly tell that used to be a man. And if you listen to the voice, that should be a telltale sign. That's what you're attracted to, okay, man, but don't try to fake the funk. Don't try to pretend like, oh, I got tricked or whatever just because you got exposed. Thing is, like, I don't get it. Like, I've watched some of Tommy Sotomayor's videos, and he's like, oh, this chick looks better than than real women, like black women. Like, no, if you're a male and you feel like a transsexual looks better than a real woman, like all the prosthetics and all that, bro, that's kind of suspect. That was some funny shit on these videos. But this is the thing, you want people to accept who you are. Hey, I'm a woman now, this is okay. Like Caitlyn Jenner, Bruce Jenner, whatever you want to say. But then this person gets on camera and then quote unquote exposes Bobby Valentino for having sex with them. So you want us to acknowledge the fact that you're a woman and there's nothing wrong with you, and we should just pretend like this is okay and this is normal. So how can you demonize Bobby Valentino for having sex with you? You see the hypocrisy in that logic? You want us to accept you, or are we supposed to look down on you? But regardless of that, I feel like, you know, letting people live how they want to live, whatever they do, as long as it doesn't affect me. But at the same time, I'm not just going to duck my head in the sand and be like, okay, well, that's a woman, even though they still sound like a guy. No. But see, that's what the liberal media tries to do. I'm saying, not only would you be fucking with a person's ego, I used men in specifically, but what about the sanctity of their own sexual identity? I mean, what about women? You know how disrespectful that is? Oh, all I gotta do is chop my dick off, take some hormones, get a few plastic surgeries. Man, I'm a woman. You know how disrespectful that is? I mean, I'm surprised the feminists, they're not offended, like those groups and like activist organizations. Surprised they don't have anything to say about that. So you see what I'm saying? Like the line between everything are being crossed. That's all you have to do. I mean, what if I just decide, hey, I want to be a dog? Like, is there really gonna be a day where you be like, hey, I'm a dog now, this is okay? I honestly don't get that. Like, we're just gonna feed this bullshit. One of my biggest pet peeves is when people try to compare LGBT rights or their like struggles, whatever, to like minority civil rights. Are you really gonna compare like identity crisis, and I'm talking about transgenders in this situation, to to people who are like just born with their skin a certain way. Like, I don't see, maybe I'm not using the right words, but I don't see how those correlate. So I was born black. Well, let's just so people don't say I'm pulling a race card directly or anything. I just say, okay, I was born Mexican or something like that, and I grew up in a society where Mexicans are discriminated, you know, systematically or something like that. You cannot compare that to a person who says, hey, I was born a woman, but I just want to be a guy. No, that's your mental. That's a problem. Now, like I've said multiple times, but like I said multiple times, does that mean that a person who's transgender deserve to be discriminated? No, but I'm just saying you should call things what it is. Because if you pacify everybody's little insecurities or their problems, pretty soon we're gonna have pedophile rights. Oh, I was born liking people sexually that were younger than me. I was able to do this. Sooner or later, bestiality. People are gonna be like, oh, well, you're just hating because I love my cow or whatever. No. I give you an example, like with Donald Trump, you know, banning transgenders from the military. That's fucking stupid, and I feel like it's a waste of focus. We got way too many things to worry about than kicking those people out of the military. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're willing to, you know, go pick up a gun, go train, go through boot camp, do all types of things. You want to fight for your country? Go ahead, because I'm not trying to go out and do that. I got a brother that's joining the Marine Corps right now as we speak. He wants to go out and do that, so I don't have to go fight for America's freedom, whatever. That's fine. So I don't get the real point of banning them out of the military. How are they a burden anyway? What does your sexuality have to do with battle or whatever services that armed forces have to do overseas or whatever they are? That's fucking stupid to me. But as far as pretending like it's just okay, and if you say anything bad about it or what people consider bad, I don't get that at all. That's just liberal brainwashing. They want to force everything on us. We're in a generation where you're supposed to just, oh well, TV says you're this phobic if you don't believe in that, and we're supposed to be quiet and just go whatever. I'm not gonna do that. You can do that. You can call me transphobic or whatever. I'm not gonna go out and kill anybody. I say this all the time in my videos. I don't do anything to nobody. But if you ask me, do I feel like that's normal? Do I feel like that's right? I'm gonna tell you, hell no. But in conclusion, I really don't feel like Charlamagne the God should hold any responsibility at all. And I really feel like they kind of took Lil Duval's words and twisted them when he even corrected himself. I mean, technically, they want to hold Charlamagne the God accountable, but he literally told him, hey, you can't even say that. Even though he corrected himself, that's a hate crime. You can't say that on show. Another thing, oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. They said that he's against black transgender women. The man never technically specified any race, so that's how you know it's bullshit and they just looking for something to protest and complain about. He never said black. Not one time. It's just simple fucking common sense. He shouldn't be taking any type of heat for what he said. And that's all I got to say.